My microphone was off when I did the last video there. This is probably one of the most important videos I done here, okay? And we're going to get to that here with this chart, all right? We did get a new all-time high, all right? Last video we talked about that. We kind of expected that, so we got it. Just barely, all right? 0.053999. Whoops, sorry about that. Alert going off on a crypto. All right, so number one, let's start off here. We got some pretty decent news here. We got a new exchange listing, all right, over on btse.com. You can deposit and trade now, right there, the new exchange listing. And if we go over to CoinMarketCap, you can see they're already on here, all right? If we go down here to exchanges, all right, let this or look at the volume. 66%. It's up 66%. 24 million bucks. Wow, that's good to see, and that could come into play with what we got to talk about here at the end. All right, so volume is up 66%. All right, we want to go over here to the exchanges, and there you go. I don't know if it's Bitsy or BTSE, 309,000 bucks. So it's 309,000 we might not have had. So every exchange listing is obviously huge. That brings in more volume. And the number one over here by far, Mexi, 38.5, $9.5 million. All right, that was just at 8.8 when I did the last video. So they did $700,000 within the last hour on Mexi. For Kaspa, 66%. That's big. That's a lot of volume. All right, so if we go over here, right here, whoops, close that out. Crypto Kaspa rises more than 3% 24 hours. This talks about the Bollinger Bands. Kaspa's price has increased 3.5% over the past 24 hours to 5 cents. Over the past week, Kaspa has experienced an uptick of over 11%, moving from 0.05 to its current price as it stands right now. The coin's all-time high is 5 cents. The chart below compares the price movement and volatility for Kaspa over the past 24 hours. That's on the left-hand side. To its price movement over the past week. That's on the right-hand side. The gray bands are Bollinger Bands, measuring the volatility for both the daily and weekly price movements. The wider the bands are, or the larger the gray area is at any given moment, the larger the volatility. So, you can see here, this is the past week, and here's the past 24 hours. You can see the volatility, pretty high there with that run up there. All right, if we go down through here, Kaspa's trading volume has climbed 20% over the past week, along with the circulating supply of the coin, which has increased about 0.5%. This brings the circulating supply to 20.73 billion, which makes up an estimated 72.22% of its maximum supply of 28.7 billion, according to our data. The current market cap ranking for Kaspa is number 43 at 1.05 billion. All right, so not too bad. Circulating supply up 0.5%, and you want to see a large. 72%, that's good. I hate seeing these coins at launch and they have 7% of the maximum supply out there. That the inflation over time will absolutely destroy a coin's price with that. So you want to see a high circulating supply right out there, pretty fast. I mean, this coin's been out just a little over a year. 72% of the coins are out there, which is big. All right, so we covered that. And the crypto bubbles. All right down here, we have rank number 42, market cap 1.03 billion, 24 million in volume. That's awesome. Up 66%. So that's what we want to see. That's pretty awesome. It's huge, and it's going to come in play here for something I got to show you guys, which is super important. All right, and don't forget that new exchange listing, because that's big. Every exchange we get on is huge. All right, Bitcoin dominance here. It broke resistance level. You can see that right here. Let's see here on the weekly. These change the support and resistance lines. Now watch if I go to the daily. All right, the daily, it stayed pretty steady on the daily, but usually when you change the time, you got to readjust your support and resistance. All right, but this thing on the daily is getting right to the top, but the weekly is reset here, okay? And it's still obviously in an uptrend. It hasn't broke below this line at all. Higher highs and higher lows. We've got that higher high, higher low, so it's still in an uptick here. Bitcoin itself is not looking too shabby here, all right, if it can break through this level. All right, I'm going to show you that right now. This is on the weekly. You can see the RSI is reset. And look at this thing. Let's make these yellow lines a little bit thinner so you can see through them here, okay? You can see it broke through that one, and this is a major support level down here. All right, but you can see here, see how these things come into play? Look at this resistance level. Let's put it on the daily. They should line up good there. Yeah, you see how they were a little high on the weekly, and look at the daily. They're perfect. But see how it ran up and it hit that line, this line here coming down through here. Boom, hit it, got rejected so far. The daily is at the top. All right, the weekly is reset. The 12-hour coming down, and the 8-hour just about reset. I would expect it to hold this 26,500 and give this another run here, especially with that weekly reset there. But it has flipped. You can see this was resistance down here, resistance, resistance. Now it broke up through it. Now it's flipped that. It's done an RS flip here, resistance support flip. Okay, so now it's up above there. So Bitcoin looking all right, I guess. The Dow Jones still holding that line. Pretty important. This thing. It's flirting with disaster here, really. Holding this line here, the spread line, is super important for this thing. All right, you can see the 8-hour starting to turn back up. The daily and the weekly are the two important ones. The daily starting to curve back up. Let's see where the weekly's at. Good. The weekly is just about at the bottom. All right, so hopefully the Dow Jones busts up through here and keeps going. That obviously, that's the big markets, okay? That's where the money's at here. The Dixie just keeps going here, all right? So far holding that support line. This is on the daily here. We're going to get this one out of here now since that is broken. There we go. And you can see how that thing's rising up there. And before I forget, I'm going to give a shout out to the members. Thank you so very much, guys. Andy, there he is. Him and Marty, man, right from the beginning. Jason, thank you. Blackman, thank you. Trapper, another one right from the beginning. Thanks, Trapper. Baja, I got a video coming out for you here in a minute, man. You just asked, you sent a request for it, so I'm going to get that out for you. I apologize, there was no sound to the last one. Very frustrating for me too. I got to go into work tonight. So, Lib, thank you so much. Ryan, Franny, Noted Trader, Buchigo, John, William, Falconer, and Marty. Marty, you were supposed to get these for free. You have been here since the beginning. You've supported me. I'm going to send you an email tomorrow. I'm going to need your Kaspa address, and I'm going to send you a refund. You're not going to pay for something that I said you were getting for free. All right, so we're going to take care of that, buddy. That link, I sent him a link that it didn't work for the videos for free. So yeah, I'm giving you a refund, Marty. Thank you though for for doing that. Love you, buddy. I'll get you. We'll take care of that. All right, so let's move on here, guys. Back over to these charts. I got a we're going to look at Kaspa right now because this is super important, right? I got some stuff to show you guys here that we, no matter what, we got to pay attention to, all right? You guys, I make these videos. You guys give me the oomph to do them, so here it is, good or bad, I'm here, all right? The weekly is turning, it's up, it's at a 50 and a 42. Now here's where things get a little hairy, all right? The daily here, all right, and what we're going to look at, we're going to get rid of the stochastic, and we're going to pull this one up, all right, because we got some issues here to deal with, okay? You can see here, This is very, very important. Okay, this high here coming over. All right, you got lower highs over here. All right, if you look at this here, this high, this all-time, this previous all-time high, then you had this high here, then you had your all-time high here, which is lower, okay, on the daily. You're on the 12-hour. What do we got? Okay, we had this higher one here, but let's move this over here. There you go. Bearish divergence, lower high on the 12-hour. You had this one right here is this high. Okay, then your all-time high is this one here. 8-hour. Same thing, bearish divergence. Okay, you got this high here and a lower high for the all-time high. 4-hour. Here we go. You got this high, and your all-time high is right there. Obviously lower. Okay, pull this up so you can see price action a little bit better. And we have big volume coming in here, 66%. Okay, the weekly. Here we go with the weekly. All right. Let me get this line situated. All right, we got that high, and so far we have a lower high. All right, so some bearish divergence here on almost every time level. The thing that can break this, okay, is another high. All right, we need this. This needs to happen. Need to get another high. Take out this over here. Make a higher high. Okay, on the daily. Let me get rid of these and make a mess of my chart real quick here. All right, and like I said, another high can take care of these. All right, right here. Let's get that off there so we're not making a mess here. All right, you can see here that this high and the all-time high is lower. So what we need to see happen here is another push higher and have a higher high than over here, and preferably over here too. All right, and then we can have a correction or whatever we're doing. But we have bearish divergence on almost every time level. All right, so there it is. I lay it on the line to you guys, flat out. No BS. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What comes after that, guys? We've been doing these videos a long time now. It feels like a long time. After a 5 wave up, usually, possibly A, B, C. I'm not sure. I can't predict the future. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens here. This bearish divergence, so got me a little concerned. All right, but on the bright side, we have a new all-time high. We have a new exchange listing, and we have 66% volume coming in here. Okay, so you can see down here, buyers. You can see some sells here. Okay, that is coming down right to about that level there. All right, I wanted to see it hold this higher level earlier, and it has regained it apparently. If we go on the hourly, it has it's trying to regain it. Okay, you can see this up here, this level here. The video I did a while ago, I said I didn't want to see it lose this level. It lost it. Now it could be back testing it now as resistance. It could be. We'll see. On the hourly, let's see if we got anything worth looking at here. Not really. Okay. If an ABC comes in, you got to see a bottom come in first. Okay, that usually, especially with the RSIs, the 4. All right, you got this high, then you got the lower high. Right, obviously this one's higher, so we need to see another push higher, guys, to get rid of all this bearish divergence. Okay, but like I said, this 8 even, you can see it, lower high, 12-hour. You had that high. There's your all-time high. It's a lower high, and on the daily, you have a lower high coming in for the all-time high, and on the weekly. All right, so we got to be very careful here. If you're in the green, guys, it never hurts to take profits. I learned I wish I would have learned that 4 years ago, but if you're in the positive, take a little bit off the table, man. It's if we have a drop here, and it never hurts to take if you have $100, take $10 off it. If you have 1,000, take 100, whatever. It never hurts to take money off the table. That's never a bad thing. If you're in the green, take some, take some. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much, and congratulations on the new all-time high. Congratulations on the new exchange listing, and we need another high here. So let's see if we get it. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. Talk to you soon.